From the East Brunswick Jewish Center, I'm Rabbi Jeff Pivo. In Parshat Bo this week, the Israelites step into a time machine. Between the 9th plague, that of darkness, and the 10th, the death of the firstborn throughout Egypt, the Torah pauses, and it takes a long digression into the laws of Pesach. Instead of finishing the story it's been telling about the plagues at the same rapid pace of the first 9, the text stops and lingers over the Israelites' preparations for their deliverance, which will take place after the death of the firstborn. And then it tells of the final blow to Pharaoh and Egypt. In terms of hearing the tale, we are forced to wait for the denouement, pointing up the drama of the moment. And it changes the focus from the effect of the plagues on Egypt to the observance of Pesach among the Israelites, both present and future. The effect of mixing its description of what is happening at that moment and how that moment will be remembered later is to collapse past and present into one. The text brings the participants' lives into our active imaginations, and it brings us into theirs. God tells Moses, who in turn tells the people how they will always remember this night, how they will eat a shared meal, including unleavened bread, matzah, and bitter herbs, maror. These are also the practices that we observe, seeing the night in the text as the first of these observances of Pesach. At the same time, the Israelites perform acts that we no longer do. They daub blood on their doorstops to ward off the 10th plague, which is a one-time act. They also roast whole lambs for their families, a practice that fell into disuse in the early rabbinic period. We feel ourselves transported back into a time when current practices began and when ancient ones had not yet been abandoned. In the moment in the text between the 9th and 10th plagues, the past and the present, they and we are suspended in time. They knew, and we know, the significance of what they and we are experiencing. Both they and we engage in a form of time travel, of imagining ourselves in their present, and of them imagining us, their future, that they are establishing. It is the moment when they step into the future after hundreds of years of immobility and stagnation in Egypt, and when we are transported back to re-experience the Exodus with them, to understand the origins of our liberation and our redemption. As at every moment of significant transition, all who go through it feel its momentousness, and they understand its significance. Experience and understanding meld. Time melts, and we know who we are and why. A Shabbat Shalom to all of you from us at the East Brunswick Jewish Center.